Long Game by Rachel Reid. Shane Hollander, the intensely disciplined, dark-haired, glasses-wearing captain of the Montreal Voyageurs, and Ilya Rozanov, the tall, muscular, dazzlingly confident Russian captain of the Ottawa Centaurs, are the greatest of rivals to the hockey world. In secret, however, they have been deeply in love for over a decade. They spend their summers hidden away at Shane's secluded cottage, dreading the inevitable arrival of autumn when they must return to their separate cities and pretend to hate each other. During one such idyllic summer, they host a mental health charity hockey camp named after Ilya's late mother. It is here they finally gather the courage to come out as a couple to Farah Jalali, their elegant and fiercely supportive agent, who takes the news in stride. Seeking a taste of normalcy, they go on a double date with Ryan Price, a massive, shy, red-headed retired player who accidentally discovered their secret a year prior, and his flamboyant, gorgeous musician boyfriend, Fabian Sala. Watching Ryan and Fabian exist openly and affectionately in public stirs a deep, aching desire in both Shane and Ilya to stop hiding in the shadows. When the NHL season begins, the brutal reality of their separation sets in. Shane thrives in Montreal, intensely focused on chasing a fourth Stanley Cup to add to his already legendary legacy. Ilya, conversely, heads to Ottawa and languishes on a chronically losing team. The physical distance and the oppressive weight of the closet take a severe toll on Ilya's mental health. He struggles with profound exhaustion, creeping loneliness, and recurring, debilitating nightmares about discovering his mother's body after her tragic suicide. To cope, Ilya orchestrates secret, high-risk reunions. During one passionate night, Shane drives to Ottawa wearing a secret toy just to be ready for Ilya, culminating in a desperately intense reunion. Yet these stolen hours are not enough to stave off the darkness. Recognizing his own downward spiral, Ilya quietly begins seeing Galina Molchalina, a perceptive Russian-speaking therapist, to confront his depression and the crushing emotional burden of their hidden life, choosing to keep this treatment a secret from Shane. Meanwhile, the dynamic in Ottawa shifts when Troy Barrett, a handsome but initially prickly forward, is traded to the Centaurs. Initially wary of him, Ilya is stunned when Troy privately comes out to him as gay, admitting a massive crush on Harris Drover, Ottawa's short, perpetually cheerful social media manager. Recognizing a kindred spirit, Ilya comes out to Troy as bisexual. When Ilya shares this development with Shane, Shane initially struggles with a sharp pang of jealousy over Ilya finding a new, handsome confidant. However, Shane soon realizes how isolated Ilya has been and how desperately his boyfriend needed a friend who truly understood the pressures of being a queer athlete. The underlying strain between the couple finally boils over during the Christmas holidays. While visiting Shane in Montreal, Ilya casually invites Shane to attend an Ottawa team party with him, yearning to integrate Shane into his everyday life. When Shane immediately refuses out of ingrained fear for their careers, Ilya snaps. He tearfully points out the immense, life-altering sacrifices he has made, specifically signing with a terrible Ottawa team just to be within driving distance of Shane's hometown, while Shane's comfortable life has remained perfectly undisturbed. Feeling utterly unappreciated, Ilya kicks Shane out of his house. The agonizing separation forces Shane to confront his own selfishness and the immense burden he has placed on his partner. They tearfully reconcile, during which Ilya finally confesses his ongoing battle with depression and his new journey in therapy. Horrified that he missed the signs, Shane promises unwavering support. To bring some permanent light and companionship into his lonely house, Ilya adopts a sweet, fluffy rescue dog named Anya, giving the couple a beautiful, anchoring sense of family. Shortly after this renewed commitment, terrifying news strikes. Ilya's team plane experiences catastrophic engine failure and is forced into a harrowing emergency landing. Believing he is going to die, Ilya sends Shane a series of heartbreaking messages, declaring Shane the absolute best thing in his life and promising to stay safe in his heart forever. The sheer terror of almost losing the man he loves shatters the last of Shane's reservations. Once Ilya safely returns, Shane guides him into a living room painstakingly filled with glowing candles. In a deeply emotional, tear-filled moment, Shane drops to one knee and proposes, offering Ilya a sleek black ring. Ilya joyfully accepts, choosing to wear the ring safely tucked away on a chain next to his mother's crucifix. They agree to come out on their own terms during the upcoming summer, but fate intervenes disastrously. Hayden Pike, Shane's blonde, loyal, but utterly oblivious teammate, records a video message for a fan in his home. Unbeknownst to Hayden, a mirror in the background perfectly captures Shane and Ilya sharing a passionate, unmistakable kiss. Hayden unwittingly sends the video, and within hours, it goes viral across the internet. The hockey world explodes, and their 11-year secret is violently dragged into the light. The immediate fallout is catastrophic, particularly in Montreal. Shane walks into his locker room to face the disgusted, betrayed stares of the teammates he considered brothers. His gruff, old-school coach, Theriault, furiously benches him and orders him to go home. J.J. Boisio, Shane's tall, confident Haitian-Canadian friend, feels deeply wounded by over a decade of lies and turns his back on him. In stark contrast, Ilya arrives in Ottawa to find a fiercely protective and supportive environment. His warm, open-minded coach, Weeby, assures Ilya that he has his back, sharing a personal story to prove his solidarity. Ilya's teammates, having already rallied around Troy and Harris, embrace their captain without hesitation. As the media storm rages and threatens to consume them, a devastated Shane retreats to Ilya's house. Seeing Shane's crushed spirit and wavering confidence, Ilya leads him into Shane's own meticulously curated trophy room. Surrounded by the gleaming silver of Shane's Stanley Cups and MVP medals, Ilya takes absolute control. In a breathtakingly intense and passionate encounter, he physically worships Shane among his accolades, firmly reminding Shane of his unrivaled power, his untouchable legacy, and exactly who he is, ensuring Shane does not let the league break his spirit. The very next day, the fearsome, silver-haired, homophobic NHL Commissioner Roger Crowell summons both men to a private meeting. Crowell slides a pre-written statement across the table, demanding they sign it. The statement attempts to sanitize the scandal by claiming the kiss was merely a drunken prank. Crowell thinly veils a threat to destroy their careers and permanently blacklist them from the league if they refuse to comply. Empowered by their profound love and Ilya's steadfast support, Shane refuses to be intimidated. He looks Crowell dead in the eye, declares that he chooses Ilya above everything else, and they walk out of the office together. Immediately after leaving, they post their own official statement on Instagram. Accompanied by a series of joyful, undeniably romantic photos, they proudly confirm their relationship to the world. Following the post, JJ arrives at Shane's door, still hurt by the deception, but ultimately unwilling to lose his best friend, and they begin to mend their fractured brotherhood. The NHL playoffs commence, creating the ultimate agonizing dramatic showdown, Montreal versus Ottawa in the first round. The media scrutiny is suffocating, turning every shift on the ice into a spectacle. The fiercely contested series pushes all the way to a grueling Game 7 in Montreal. In the frantic, final moments of overtime, Shane is perfectly positioned to steal the puck from Ilya and secure the win. Instead, Shane catches an edge on the ice and tragically trips, helplessly watching from his knees as Ilya breaks away and scores the series-winning goal, eliminating the defending champions. The Montreal locker room immediately turns toxic. Driven by homophobic assumptions and bitter disappointment, several of Shane's teammates loudly accuse him of intentionally throwing the game to let his fiancée win. Heartbroken and sickened by the blatant lack of trust from the franchise he gave his entire life to, Shane realizes his time in Montreal is permanently over. Supported by the unwavering love of his warmly supportive parents, David and Una, Shane decides to enter free agency. In a triumphant and poetic move, Shane signs a blockbuster contract with the Ottawa Centaurs, ensuring that he and Ilya will finally play on the exact same team. Days later, surrounded by their closest friends, fiercely supportive teammates, and Shane's weeping parents, Shane and Ilya are married in a beautiful, intimate backyard ceremony. Underneath glowing string lights, they share their first dance, finally entirely free of the shadows that governed their lives. The story concludes in the crisp autumn air as Shane and Ilya step onto the ice for Ottawa's home opener, skating side by side, ready to conquer the league no longer as bitter rivals, but as devoted husbands.